All right, so um a lot to talk about, but what I'm going to start off with talking about is my post I was talking about with the whole thing that happened in Venezuela and what happened with, the capturing of Maduro and what happened in his country. We all know why we went into Venezuela. A lot of people try to justify by saying that Maduro wasn't the president and say that he wasn't the leader and say that he lost the election and he refused to step down, which is all true. He lost the election. He refused to step down. Uh, so therefore, he was being a dictator. He decided that he didn't want to step down when he lost. True. But the thing is, when did America start going into countries and removing people that decide they want to be dictators? When did we start going into countries and taking away dictators by mainly like lifting them up and taking them out? A lot of people keep trying to compare what Obama did to Gaddafi, which we know that happened. But the thing is, Obama not the president first and foremost. Second thing is, this is completely different. So for everybody that try to make comparisons, because that's what y'all like to do, they like to make comparisons to what happened to previous Democratic presidents when Republicans go out. Well, we're not even gonna say Republicans. So when Trump go out and do things, they try to find a way to say, well, Obama did this or Clinton did that. They always trying to bring up what a Democrat did instead of accepting what MAGA and what their leader has did. What's going on, Pooh Not Shicey? I'm about to get into some stuff. You might want to listen to this. So that's the thing. That's the reality. They always want to try to compare it to something that a Democrat did in the past. But it's no way to justify what they did because like you could talk about Gaddafi and you could talk about Noriega and all these other people that was dictators, but let's talk about right now in current times. If we going to get dictators, why we ain't go get the biggest dictator of them all? The other man that refused to step down, the other man that's doing a lot of crimes. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Putin. We don't want to go get Putin. We don't want to get Putin. We don't want to get nobody that has superpowers. We don't want to go after China. They got a dictator. We don't want to go after Korea. They got a dictator too. But we do want to go after Maduro. Why? Because y'all know they have the thick oil. And so y'all president or the president or whatever y'all want to call him, he decided that he wanted to go into this country. This is what his plan is. Go into this country, remove the president, sell the oil, is what he said. He want to sell the oil with armed attack, basically. The man, so if you come and try to mess with him, you're gonna have military force. He want to go into this country, he want to take the oil, he want to sell the oil. This is what he's saying. He want to sell the oil and he want to use the money to rebuild the country from within the White House of America. Come on, Pooh Not Shiesty. We're not trolling today, man. So thank you, Disney Bubble. So he want to go into this country, he want to take the oil, he want to turn around and sell the oil, and he said he want to control this country from the White House. This is what y'all leader dictator wants to do. This is what he want to do to Venezuela. He wants to threaten Cuba. He didn't want to. He threatened Cuba. He threatened Mexico. He threatened Canada. He's talking about taking Greenland by force or by choice, by paying for it, or by taking it by force. That's what they talking about. They talking about taking the other territory and trying to control the whole hemisphere is what they trying to do. And that's what y'all want to do. And then here go Pooh Not Shiesty talking about the gas price is 213, not complaining. The gas price could be low, but everything else is high. So even if y'all want to keep using the gas price is low, everything else is high. So it is even and not. It's not helping nobody save no money because the price of food went up. So you got lower gas, yeah, but you got higher food. Let's be honest. So that's all canceled out. So as I was saying, this man want to go into this country, take the oil, sell the oil, get the money from it, and he said that he's gonna basically control the country and give them stability from inside the White House. Now y'all know first and foremost he don't go to the White House. He go to Mar-a-Lago and do everything. He don't have the capacity. I gotta watch how I talk to go to the White House. So he goes to where he feel comfortable to try to keep his memories and his thoughts and process together. So he go to a familiar place where he can somewhat function, which is Mar-a-Lago, because when he goes to that familiar place where he can somewhat function, it helps his brain stay healthy, so he can try to say the stuff that he's trying to say, and he's still gonna fall asleep in the process, but it's gonna help him a little bit to keep his thoughts together. So that's what's gonna happen. So basically, he's saying he want to control a whole nother country from within the White House. That's what he wants to do. And a lot of y'all people are okay with it. Now, y'all know I got to talk about more than this. I got to talk about what happened today, not too long ago. ICE went into Minnesota. Y'all know what ICE did over there. They unalived the lady, and they had excuses as to why they did it. So now you got the ICE in the ICE in the military in American streets doing things to people, doing things to people, and they getting away with it, or they at least trying to get away with it. And this is the kind of stuff that y'all support. Posh Bling said we want healthcare to go down and groceries. That's right. That y'all can keep talking about gas prices, but the healthcare prices about to triple for a lot of people because of y'all bill, and the grocery prices keep going up, and the prices of everything keep going up. Yes, Carl, exactly. That's what it was. I just don't want to say it on my live because they like to restrict my lives. What they did today to that lady in Minnesota, y'all know what they did. I can't say what they did, but they unalived somebody today. And I'm trying to keep it as cordial as possible so I don't get banned or blocked. So and for the people that's on here, I got y'all on here. Make sure y'all follow my YouTube as well as in my bio. Make sure y'all follow me on here. I'll make sure I follow everybody back. We're trying to get this channel to grow. So make sure y'all follow my YouTube as well as my TikTok, because y'all know we're trying to put the word out, and a lot of times they try to stop us and slow down what we're talking about. However, what ICE did today to this lady was unacceptable. And why haven't we heard from the leader of the free world yet? Why hasn't he come out and condemn this or say nothing about how he feel about it? And why hasn't he come out and tell them that he don't condone this kind of stuff from happening? You know why? Because this is his people that he's sending in. This is his leadership. This is the kind of leadership that he is giving, right, King? Or he did approve it. That's what I'm saying. This is the kind of stuff that's happening right now in America. America is not the America that it used to be a year ago. Already what he's doing, he wants to be a king. He went and got Maduro because he wants to be like these people. He admires these kind of people. Yeah, he admires these people because he wants to be like them people. He wants to be like Putin. He looks up to Putin. He wants to be like Xi. He already said it multiple times that I wish my people looked up to me like they look up to Xi, and I wish I can keep my people in order like North Korea. That's the kind of stuff. That's what he wants for himself. That's what he wants for himself. But the reality is he can't have that because this ain't that kind of country. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to turn this country into that. He cannot be impeached because the Wayne said, can he be impeached? He can't be impeached because the people in the House and the Senate are afraid of him, and they're afraid to do the right thing. They're afraid to do the right thing. So therefore, it won't be any impeachment going on no time soon. Not unless we get the House Republicans and the House senators out of there and we take the majority back. Because with the people that's in there now, it ain't gonna be no impeachment. It ain't gonna be no removal. And now also we have to vote for the midterms, but they also even threatening the midterms to take away the midterms to try to make it seem like, you know, they trying to take all of our power, whatever choice we have, away, because they want him to be their leader. And a lot of people have come out and said they're okay with him being a dictator, they're okay with him being their king. This is what these people are saying, and this is what we have right now. And the reality is, what's happening in America is un-American. What's happening in America is not the values that we was raised on. This is not the stuff that we were taught. This is not what we were taught in history. This is not what our parents taught us. At least my parents. I can't speak for their parents because I don't know what they taught them. But a lot of them wasn't even raised by their own parents, because people like that was born rich with spoons in their mouth and all that, they have nannies and stuff. They don't have real parents that raised them. So that's the reality of that, and that's how I feel about that. And the reality is right now, what's happening and what he's doing is completely unacceptable, and he's getting away with it because the Congress and the Supreme Court has been hijacked, and they do not want to stand up to him, and they won't stand up to him and tell him what it is. So he out here doing things to people. But I'm gonna tell y'all one thing that I do know about history. history will repeat itself. And because of what they happened today was to a white person, you better believe it's going to be some form of justice. Because in America, if it happens to white people, you get some form of justice. Now, y'all know if it was a black person or maybe some of these Latinos, the real Latinos, we're going to talk about them in a minute, then you know that it wouldn't be no real justice. So it would have to be a whole march and, all of that about it for some change to happen. So hopefully they get down to the bottom of this because what's happening is not acceptable. And the fact that we trying to go into a whole nother country and run the people country from America is crazy to me and is insane to me. And I don't understand how y'all people that support him approve of this. So that's where we are right now. But I am gonna break down some other stuff that I do want to address. First and foremost, if y'all can make sure y'all follow me, follow my YouTube as well. I'm gonna follow y'all back as soon as I get a chance to. I appreciate all the support. What I want to talk about is Hispanic people. I want to talk about Cubans and I want to talk about Venezuelans and some of the other ones that's down here in Florida mostly. I want to explain to them that they were not born as a white Caucasian. Their skin might be white, but it was not born as a white Caucasian in America, as a white American. See, the problem is they think they are white Americans. They are not white Americans. They are Hispanic Americans. They could be white all they want from whatever country they want to come from, but they think that they're Caucasian white people. So what happens is these people come over here, they move into America, and then they disassociate themselves with the people from their country. And what they like to do is they like to act like they're better than them. It ain't just and the problem that's one problem. But they like to act like they better than everybody is the problem. They come over here and they think because they white Hispanics that they are white Caucasians when they get here. So the reality is they come over here with all that junk and then they start looking down on the people that's still over there and saying, well, they need to stay over there. We don't need them to come over here. And we rather them stay over there because if they come over here, they're gonna mess everything up. That's how they see it. They feel like they're gonna mess it up for them. So what they do is they try to say, y'all keep them over there. So what they do, they try to say they vote for people like Trump because they don't want a dictator and they don't want a leader like this. But they really do it because they don't want nobody who's gonna let more of those people come over here. They on something, keep them over there, keep them far away as possible. We don't need them over here because we happy over here. We fit in because they find a way to fit in over here, and they feel like because they are white skinned, they could come over here and fit in with the white Caucasian people. And what they do is they disassociate themselves with everybody else. With everybody else, that's what they do. And this is what these Cubans and these Venezuelans and a lot of these other people do. So then they come over here and they start talking about, oh, we want to vote for Trump. They did a whole they had a whole I will vote for Donald Trump. They did a whole thing, and they wanted that because they want a leader that's gonna make sure they keep these people away from him. That's what the goal is. It ain't for change. It ain't for money. It ain't for making things better for everybody. It's to keep those people over there so they can feel more elite. They do it to make themselves feel more elite and make themselves feel like they're better than everybody else. This is why they do it. And they don't like when you tell what they're doing because they come at you and start trying to say racist stuff and try to go back to Africa and all this stuff. But what they forget is that we are not. If you are African American, the difference is we didn't come over here on a boat like they came on. We came differently, and we for the people who did come over here, we came by force. We didn't escape from a country to come over here. So first and foremost, when you're telling black people to go back to Africa, you got to remember that we did not come from Africa. So therefore, if I was African and I was from Africa, I would be glad to go back. Whereas y'all are from Cuba and y'all are from Venezuela and from some of the Mexicans too. Some of the Mexicans too. And y'all are from these places and y'all can gladly go back. Y'all have dual citizenship, most of y'all, which means y'all can go home anytime y'all want to. I can't go to Africa because I'm not from Africa. I don't have nobody in Africa. I don't have no passport. I don't have none of that. But y'all can gladly go back to y'all country, is all I'm saying. So that's where I'm standing on that. So I know a lot of y'all don't like when I talk like that, but I gotta do it. Somebody gotta say it because y'all afraid to say it. and the people that the Hispanic people on here that's gonna get me, I want y'all to come from me because I'm just telling y'all the truth. I'm trying to remind y'all of y'all roots. It's like, when you watch Lion King and you seen like Simba, he had to be reminded of his roots. He tried to run away from the problems, and he didn't want to take over the kingdom. He wanted to run away from the problems. And what happened is he had to come back and face his problems. So these people, what they want to do, they don't want to face their problems. No, I'm not Hispanic. I'm Black American, aka American. That's it. That's what I am. So the reality is, these people, they want to run away from their country, and they want to sit there and say, well, we're gonna let them take over, like how Scar did on Lion King. They won't, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna vote for anybody. They're gonna vote for anybody who gonna make sure they keep those people over there. That's what they're gonna do. If you say that I'll keep those people over there in that country and I'll get rid of the ones that's here, and y'all gonna be elite, then that's who they're gonna vote for. Now let me go look at some of these questions real quick. Let's go back and see. Yep. Disney Bubba said Elon helped the Orange Man win. We already know. We already know what they did. They are oppressing their own people, and even the Colombian president came out and called them traitors. This ain't coming from just a Black American man that y'all don't want to hear from. Even the leader of Colombia said the same thing. He said y'all traitors if y'all voted for him. Yeah, so those people do need to come here and remind them for who they are. Is what I know said. King Corey said, "Wish the Native Americans had the same energy, right?" And so basically, that's what's happening. So the reality is now, because here goes somebody saying you voted for Trump for you. No, I didn't vote for Trump. I don't vote for people like that. Y'all know that. So y'all can try to troll all y'all want, but the reality is I'm here to address the issues. But make sure, if y'all ain't following me yet, make sure y'all follow me on here on YouTube as well. I'm gonna make sure I follow y'all back, trying to get this channel to grow. But as I was saying, I'm gonna get back into it. So you have white Hispanic people and you have brown Hispanic people. You have Hispanic people that's born in America, and you have Hispanic people that's born in their country. And the ones that are born here, they already feel like they get the white privilege. They feel like they get the privilege of being, and it ain't only the feeling that they have is because they do have white privilege. This country gives them the same privilege it gives a lot of the white people, most of them, unless if they got darker skin. Sometimes that hurts them, but most of the time, by them putting that ethnicity is Hispanic or speaking Spanish, they're going to get put on a much better pedestal than the average Black American. So this is what these Hispanic people, why they become this way. I'm just trying to get out the history of how they became this way. So the ones who was born here, they feel like they're better than the ones that's in the country. They like, I'm better than them. They not like me. Keep them over there and all of that. So then they do that, and then you got the ones who wasn't even born here, who ain't even been here for 2 years, 5 years, and they're over here talking about keep them over there, and oh, well, my people in Venezuela and my people in Cuba. They don't care about those people. What they care about is staying far away as possible from those people. They got a few little family members they want to come over here and build up and send some money to, but the reality is they trying to get them all over here. They don't. They trying to get their closest family over here, and they trying to leave everybody else over the stuff. So instead of them standing up to their own dictators and taking to the streets and protesting and finding ways to get them people out, what they do is they say, we're just going to run away from our problems. We're going to run away. We're going to go to America, and our life is going to be great. And then y'all always like to talk about immigration and sending people back and all of that. But y'all know the whole immigration policy is geared towards Mexicans. It's not geared towards these kind of people that I'm talking about. It's geared towards Mexican people, and it's not geared towards Venezuelans and Cubans. Now, some of them got sent back under this whole regime that took over. However, all of them ain't get sent back, but enough of them haven't been sent back. So when this stuff happens in their country, because they run away from these dictators, instead of the people rising up, say in America, the people rose up against the racism and the corrupt leaders, and we stood up, and a lot of Black people and white people too. They went out there and protested, and they fought for rights, for civil rights in this country, because instead of them running, they didn't run. They stayed and they stood in the fight. Here goes somebody saying, Christina said, I'm Mexican American. You have a lot to learn about history. Mexicans are Americans because of America. Mexicans, I'm not talking bad about Mexicans. Mexicans are American Mexicans. I do feel like that. I have love for Mexicans. We not talk about Mexicans. Mexicans tend to be the exception. They don't do this. This ain't about Mexicans. Hear me out. It's some of them though. I ain't gonna say all of them, but it's some of them that they fall in the same category. But for the most part, they're not the people who I'm talking about. Just so I can clear that up for you real quick. Mexicans get treated like black people. So as far as I'm concerned, those are my brothers and my sisters. It's the Cubans I'm talking about. It's the Venezuelans. It's the Peruvians and all of those other people. Mexicans is in their own category. So when I speak on Latinos, I'm not talking about Mexicans. Just to clear that up real quick. Now, it is a few of them. I can't say it ain't all of them, but it is a few of them. But just like there's a few black people that feel like they don't even know what they got going on. You feel me? So it happens amongst our races. But we're saying for the majority, when I'm speaking about Latinos, a Mexican is not considered to be a Latino in my book. They consider to be a Mexican. So going back, Mr. Live 305 says I'm Cuban. Mr. Live 305, I don't know you. All I know is that I'm speaking on the people that forget where they came from and the ones who look down on the people that's still over there. So now, if you were one of those, then I'm talking about you. Now, if you one of the people that ain't like that, then I'm not talking about you. So what I'm saying is that is a lot of Hispanics that come here. They ain't been here 5, 10 years. Their skin is white, and they walk around here thinking they white. They don't think they just white. They think they white Caucasian Americans, and they look at the other Hispanics and they look at the other black people and they say, "Oh nah, them ain't my people. Yeah, keep them over there. If they come over here to be all messed up." And then somebody said, "What do you have a need to divide?" I'm not dividing y'all. I'm just speaking the truth. Stugats, the Stugats, whatever. I'm telling you what it is. And nobody's they divide themselves. They divide themselves. Mr. 305 said, "If you my blood brother and you say communists, we not family." Uh, I don't know what Mr. Live 305 trying to say. He said, I look down on my communist family." Oh no, you real then. You keeping it real. You keeping it real. That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all keep it real. It's the ones who don't though. It's the ones who get here and they feel like they better than the rest. So then what happens is they come out here, they get their little money, they get because they get white privilege, they get and they like to talk about black people using welfare and social services and wicks and food stamps, and they come over and do the same thing. How you think they get on? They don't come over here with money in their pocket. They come over here and get money from the government. But then they like to talk down on everybody else. They come over here and get money from everybody else, and and then they start talking down on everybody else, and they walk around their little purses on and they little cologne and perfumes, and they feel like they better. They feel like they better than everybody else, and that's the reality. So the problem is, I'm not here to divide people. I'm here to explain to y'all the reason why it's a broken system right now, because these Hispanics need to come on home and go back to their originality and remember their flags and remember their countries and remember the piece of land they came from, and stop holding up them other flags and thinking that they don't belong to y'all no more. Y'all know who y'all are, but you can't come out here throwing the flag out here talking about cheering and parading and doing all that when you know you don't represent that no more. That's where I'm at. So what's happening is because of y'all. It's y'all fault why all this is happening. The ones who I'm talking about right now, is y'all fault why this is happening right now. Because of y'all. This is why I feel the need to address it. What happened today with ICE and with that lady is because of y'all. What happened in Venezuela with Maduro is because of y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking to. So y'all can come for me all y'all want to. I'm here for it. I had a lady that commented. She sent me a message. She said the same thing I said about Venezuela. She said they coming. She said they coming for in the comments. I told her to come for me. I'm here to educate. I want y'all to come over here with all that Latina, all that stuff y'all talking about. Because if you forgot where you come for me. Yes, Christina said, "I'm with you, brother. You're right. When they come in, they forget where they started." That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not okay to become an American, because yes, you might technically be an American now, but don't forget about your people and look down on your people because you over there and try to act like you better than everybody else. We're not doing that. That's not how it's supposed to be. This is the problem. They talk about Latinos sit together. They sit together when it's convenient for them. That's what they do. They Hispanic Latinos when they need you, but then they white Americans when they over there. They're not the same. That's the ones I'm talking to. So the reality is, I'm gonna keep on talking about it because it needs to be addressed. The moral of everything that I'm saying is that if you are Hispanic, mainly talking to Cubans, Venezuelans, Peruvians, and some Colombians, are if you come over here and you start talking down on your people over there, or you start talking about what's good for them and what's good for what they got going on, and you want to do all that, how about you get sent back and take yourself back over there? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I said in my post about Venezuela. Don't come over here trying to talk about what's going on. You can't tell me about Venezuela. You can't tell me about it either because you ain't over there. If you ain't over there, you can't tell me about it. If you over here and you've been over here for at least 3 years, you can't tell me about what's going on. I don't want to hear it from you. So unless you're gonna come here and you're gonna do the right thing, I don't want to hear it. So people want to talk about this is what the people saying the gas prices down. The gas prices might be down. Yes, the gas prices are down some. The grocery prices are up. The Medicare and the healthcare prices are up. The housing is up. The cars are up. The clothes is up. The food is up. Everything is up, and the gas is down. The only reason why the gas is down is because it ain't really got nothing to do with no drill, baby drill. Y'all know that was all a hoax. It's because it was already going down. Y'all forgot when Joe Biden came in there, and when he took over when COVID happened, the gas was almost $5. It was already going down, so the trend was already happening. It ain't got nothing to do with Lil Don. It ain't got nothing to do with him. So I don't want to hear about no gas prices being down if we're gonna be out here doing stuff to people like what ICE did to people today. I don't care about the little make the gas more expensive. That's what we doing. Yeah, and then Christina said that Venezuela don't realize Trump is not going to help them. He wants their oil. He said he gonna sell their oil, and he said he gonna sell their oil, and he gonna get the money, and he gonna control the country. Is what he said. So to y'all, if y'all think that's what's gonna happen, and if y'all really believe he gonna do right by y'all with y'all money, y'all oil, especially the Venezuelan Americans or whatever y'all want to be, then y'all need to check yourselves. He don't even help the people over here. Why do you think he gonna help y'all? He ain't even helping the people over here. He said America first. He said he was gonna help all the people over here. He said the prices are gonna go down. He said everything's gonna be great. He said he's gonna have a better healthcare plan. Everything getting worse. So how you think he gonna go over there and take y'all oil and get all the money and help y'all? He not finna help nobody over there. He is only to help himself, his family, and the Elons and the billionaires of the world. That's who he gonna help. Lunar said we need a 2A march. That's the thing. Like we like to have marches, and like, I noticed with these marches, I'm gonna talk about Hispanics today. The marches, I see a lot of black people at these marches. Whenever there's a march for whatever, I see a lot of black people, and I see a lot of white people at these marches. You know who I don't see a lot of? I don't see no Cubans over there. They not there. So the reality is, y'all need to remember y'all roots and stop thinking y'all one of them because y'all not. Real political, real as it get. Make sure y'all follow me. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all subscribe. I have YouTube as well. Make sure y'all check in. And I'm trying to see some of these comments now. Let's go back a little bit. Um, go back a little bit. Lovely said we sit together. I'm not sure who Lovely saying sits together. I don't know who y'all talking about. Amsterdam said facts. That's just what I'm trying to give y'all facts. That's it. Brown and Price said love the content. Appreciate you, Brown and Price. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe. I'll do the same for you. Yeah, I'm just trying to tell y'all it has to be some change and if you don't stick together, then this is what you get. Like we have to see the thing about it in New York. I'm gonna tell you why I admire New York because I live in Florida. In New York, a lot of Hispanic people they know what they are. They blend in with the black people. They come from the same neighborhood, and they don't forget where they came from. The ones in Florida, Miami, Broward County, all of these places, they forget real fast. Must be something in the water. So that's where I'm at. So I'm not when I talk down on Hispanics, I'm not talking about the ones who remember where they're from. I'm speaking down on the ones who forgot their roots and where they came from. That's what I'm speaking about. Appreciate all the support from you, Jay, and for all the people that's liking and um, for all the likes and support. But that's what I'm talking about. But real political real get. I'll probably check in with y'all later. But for right now, I'm out.